rest for most of us, right?
Amen.
You know, God really wants us to rest in Him.
Amen.
And whatsoever thing you're going through, you should find rest in the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Okay? Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are labored and are overburdened, and I will give you rest." Okay, when you come to a point in your life where you know that you're in rest, at that point you realize that you are really, really in the hands of God Himself. What God really wants to give you in life is the Word of God inside of you. The Bible says in the city of Ephesus, the Word of God grew mightily and prevailed. When the Word of God is inside of you, everything about you will prevail.
That's right.
When Jesus says, "Oh, come to me, all you who have labored and are overburdened," that means there are so many of us that keep on stressing ourselves over situations we can't control. So when you find yourself stressing yourself over situations you can't control, all you need is Jesus. So Jesus is saying, "Come." So there is a calling there, and there is an action that is supposed to be made from that calling. So that means that action belongs to you. If you want to come or you want to stay back. So a lot of people choose to stay back and then focus so much in labor instead of in favor. When you work with the Lord, you will work in favor and not in labor. Okay? So He says, "Come, all you that labor and are heavy loaded." A lot of us have so many thoughts in our heart that keeps us in bondage. A lot of us have so many things in our mind that keeps us in bondage. You realize that He's saying, "Come to know you who have labored and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." He said, "Take my yoke." What's the next? He said, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and you shall find rest for your spirit." Is it spirit or soul?
So,
Your spirit is resting in the Lord already, but your soul is where the problem is, and God wants to give you a rest on your soul. Your soul is where the problem is. Why? Because your soul, it consists of three things, which is your will, your emotions, and your mind. And your mind has to do with your thinking process. Your thought is supposed to be under the control of the Holy Spirit and of God, Jesus Himself. So that's why Jesus says, "I want to give you rest in your soul, so that your thought can be aligned with the thought of God." By the time you find yourself resting in the Lord, you find your thoughts aligned with the thought of God. By the time you find yourself giving all your burden, because the problem is that we think we can always do things by ourselves. But you cannot. Right from the beginning, man sought independence from God. But the problem is that God does not want you to be dependent upon yourself, because you are a resource. But God is the source. So God wants you to be dependent upon Him so that you can never run dry.
Amen.
And that is why you need to submit unto the Lord. When I've already prepared what I was supposed to preach, that was on all this while, and then yesterday evening, it's very funny how God always speaks to me. You know that God always speaks to me when I'm in the CR taking my bath. The first time God ever spoke to me, and I knew, was when I became Christian newly. Then I had a serious problem on my leg, and it's a groin injury. And I was told that I need to go to the hospital for them to operate it. It was here in the Philippines, then at QC. So it was so very painful that I couldn't walk. And it was really painful that I had to go. I went to the CR to take my bath, and then I was saying, it's so painful. Then suddenly I hear a voice says, "Then why not pray for it?" And then I was like, "Oh, this is not right." He says, "Yeah, Lay your hand and pray for it.
Hallelujah.
Well, do you know one funny thing? I was like standing, I was like, okay, I should lay my hand and pray for this thing. I said, this is a serious something. What kind of a voice is this? But unfortunately, I still decided to stay there in that year because it was very painful. And then I put my hands and prayed for it. But it did not go. Yeah, I still lived. Went to my, finally took my bath, came to my bed and lied down. And you know what? When I lay down, I woke up the next time, I never felt the pain anymore. Till today. Everything stopped immediately. I didn't know how God did it, but God didn't do it in my own time. God did everything in His own time. And that was when I was sleeping. So I woke up, I never felt that pain anymore. That was the first time I ever heard from God. And so I now realize that most of the time that God really gets my attention is when I'm in the CR. So
It's your meeting.
So yesterday I was taking my bath in the evening, and then I didn't seek the Lord on what to preach. I was supposed to preach about the power of planning. The power of planning. Yes, but unfortunately, the Lord, I've already prepared everything without seeking Him. And then the Lord said no. And then the Lord spoke to me while I was taking my bath, and then I just texted Angie and said, hey, I'm going to change what I'm supposed to preach. Because the Lord just said I just preach about what? The Prodigal Son. And I was like, I have to start preparing about that right now. I said, imagine. So I now started preparing about the Prodigal Son. So today we are going to be taking our lesson from the book of Luke 15. And we're going to be learning there are 5 R's about the parable of the Prodigal Son. Okay? Luke 15, of course. So number 1 R is restlessness. Number 2 is rebellion. Number 3 is repentance. Number 4 is reconciliation. And then number 5 is resentment. Okay? But let's read Luke 15, 11 to 32. It says, then he said, but in this particular place, we need to understand that that Jesus was actually speaking to the Pharisees. See, most of our time, we always thought that actually this message is because of the prodigal son that left home, right? Because of the guy that left home. But it's actually talking about the guy that actually stayed back. We'll get to that later. Then he said, a certain man had 2 sons, and the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that falls to me. So he divided to them his livelihood. Now, you see, okay, let's continue. Say, and not many days after, the younger son gathered all together, journeyed to a far country, and there wasted his possessions with prodigal living. But when he had spent all, there arose a severe famine in that land, and he began to be in want. Then he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into his fields to feed swine. How many of us know what swine is? Pigs. Good. And he would gladly have filled his stomach with the pods that the swine ate, and no one gave him anything. But when he came to himself, he said, how many of my father's hired servants have bread enough and to spare, and I perish with hunger? I will arise and go to my father, and I will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you, and I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants. Okay. And he arose and came to his father, but when he was still a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. And the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in your sight, and I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servant, bring out the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hands and sandals on his feet, and bring the fatted calf, and bring the fatted calf here and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. And they began to marry. Now, this is where the problem lies. Now, his older son was in the field. And as he came and drew near to the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked what these things meant. And he said to him, your brother has come, and because he has received him safe and sound, your father has killed the fatted calf. I want you to underline that word, the fatted calf. Okay, we'll get to it later. Okay. Okay. And killed the fatted calf. Is that the end?
Yeah. It's only 27.
Okay. But he was angry and would not go in. Therefore, his father came out and pleaded with him. So he answered and said to his father, lo, these many years I have been serving you. I never transgressed your commandment at any time, and yet you never gave me a young goat that I might make merry with my friends. But as soon as this son of yours came, who has devoured your livelihood with harlots, you killed the fatted calf for him. Yeah, and he said to him, son, you are always with me, and all that I have is yours. It was right that we should make merry and be glad. For your brother was dead and is alive again, and was lost and is found. Now we need to understand why Jesus Christ told them this parable. Before if I remember, I mentioned something here before that the word father means what? The word father, I want you to put it in your mind as we go through this, okay? The word father means source and sustainer. Okay? So put it in your mind, the word father means source and sustainer. Okay? There's a reason why you don't call women father. Because a woman came from the man. So she is a mother, but not a father. Okay? When God wanted to create the woman, God did not start creating the woman separately. God went into the man and then bring forth the woman. So the woman is from the man. So the head of the man is who? The head of the woman is. But I want you to understand that in the spirit realm, they are unequal. Okay? No one is just, foundation for the body, for the earth itself. But when it comes to Christ, there is neither male nor female. Okay? But I'm just trying to teach you the reason why a woman is not called a father. Because the word father means source and sustainer. So this son was living with his father, was living with the source and sustainer, but something happened, and then let's go back to our first thing, which is what which is restlessness. Okay, let's understand what the word prodigal means. The word prodigal means a waster. The word prodigal means waster, one who wastes gifts and resources.
I'm just checking if you're reading, guys.
Okay, the word prodigal means a waster. That means ones who waste gifts and resources. How many of us have gifts here? Everyone is created by God and given a gift. But do you use your gift for the Lord, or do you waste it? Do you use your gift to help humanity, or are you self-centered with your gift? God will never give you anything that is not beneficial to everyone. Okay? Your gift is supposed to make everyone around you better.
Amen.
Okay? I was telling some of my people the other time, I say, you've seen a car, right? If the tire of a car says, I don't want to be part of this car anymore, I want to live independently, that tire will become a waste. If the battery of that car says, hey, you know what, I'm just tired of charging everything here, I just want to be on my own, the battery will turn out to be waste. So everything that made up the car, there are different parts that made up the car and make the car work. If one chose to be independent, that means that there is a problem somewhere, and that one cannot function on its own effectively. So the word prodigal means a waster, one who wastes gifts and talent. Most of us have those gifts and talents, but what we do is that we don't actually utilize them. And for you to be able to utilize your gift, you have to stay connected to the source. You have to stay connected to the one who gave you those gifts, so that you can know how to use them effectively. Okay? So what this prodigal son did was that he chose to disconnect himself from the source. And that is the problem of man right from beginning. When Adam, remember, when God told Adam that if you disobey me, you will surely die. He said, surely there. Did Adam actually die when he disobeyed God? Adam actually died that day. There are three kinds of death, and you will learn them today also. Remember, when the son came back, the father said, this my son was dead and is now found. He's now alive. So, when Adam actually disobeyed God, Adam died that day. There was a disconnection between the spirit of God and the spirit of man and the spirit of Adam. And that is death on its own. So, Adam actually died. A lot of people do not know. When God says something, it's always like that. God says, surely, you will surely. God did not say you will die. God said you will surely die. And when man chose independence from God, that is death. That is why God never creates you to live independently from Him. That's why God says that let us create man, because anything that God creates, God connects it with the source so that it can continually live life and draw strength from the source, so that, see, when God created the tree, when God wanted to create the tree, God spoke to what? The soil. God said, let the earth bring forth all kind of herbs, all kind of trees. And God created, and God spoke to the soil, and then the tree came forth. And then the tree stayed connected to the soil for it to survive. But if you cut the tree out of the soil, the tree dies. The same thing applies to the grass. The grass dies because what God spoke to the soil. So the soil becomes the source of the tree. When God wanted to create the fishes, God spoke to the waters, right, to the ocean, and then the waters bring forth all kinds of things. That's why when you take out a fish from the water, it dies, because you separated this thing from its source. But when God wanted to create man, God spoke to Himself. God said, let us create man in our image and in our likeness. So God wants man. The only way man can function is for man to stay connected to the source. And that is why this man, this prodigal son, actually chose to disconnect himself from the source. Imagine you staying inside an ocean, and then you say, oh, you know what, I'm so tired of this ocean, just give me a bucket of water and let me go on my own. You leave the whole body of water itself, and you thought that you can be contented with a bucket. That is what happened to most of us. We think that, oh, you know what, without God, I can just do things on my own. I don't care. You know, I will really, I will try on my own effort, my own strength, my own ability, my own everything to do everything. The truth is that you can't, because you were designed by God to stay connected to the source. Okay? So with the restlessness, we'll read that in verse 11 and 12. So now you could see that that child, he asked for his inheritance, an unusual yet legal request. Remember, the father is not dead yet. But he is asking for his inheritance from his father. And that comes what? Number one, that comes what? From his thinking, okay? He actually doesn't want to wait for his father to die before asking for his inheritance. And second, the fall of the prodigal son began when he claimed his right. Okay? The moment he separated his interest from that of his family. And not when he began to live separately and recklessly. You see, his fall actually comes from his thinking first. He says, you know, I want to separate myself from the family of God. I want to separate myself from my family. I want to separate. There are times that you think that, okay, you know, I rather stay at home and not come to church. Because I was actually talking to one of my friends. I said, see, we should be careful on how we portray the church to the world. I say, number one, the fact that those fake prophets are there trying to create some certain things, raising the dead in a theatrical manner, and then people are seeing things that are fake, doesn't mean that God still does do miracles. I said we should be careful. As we are bringing them out, trying to say what they are doing wrong, let us also say what is right as well. So that we shouldn't just make the kingdom of darkness continually win. I said no, the kingdom of darkness will not continually win, because there is the truth and there is also the false ones. If we keep on focusing on the false, we are also taking away the truth. I said, but let us maintain balance. It's very, very important. So his own actually comes from his thought. You know what? I can do things on my own. After all, as you can see, so many churches these days, they are just trying to swindle people. They are just trying to do this. They are trying to do that. So that I said, no, you should find a church that believe in the word of God. Amen. There are still churches that believe in the word of God, and that's why you're here today. Amen. I say there are people that have sinned who really gave themselves unto the works of the Lord. So we shouldn't, because of the few who are doing things that are not right, condemn every other person. There are right people as well. There are people who are standing for truth. Okay, so we should be careful on all those things. So these guys, this then actually comes from his thought. So he's just to separate himself from the source. And then there are consequences, but he doesn't know. He thought that I could survive on my own. I can survive without the body of Christ. I can just do things on my own. Oh, I don't. The devil actually wants to set you apart so that he can destroy you.
That's right.
When a lion finds a group of prey, what does he do? He puts fear into them. And then they start running. And then do you know what the lion does? The lion starts running by the side, looking for only one who will separate himself from the pack and then launch on him. That's why the Bible said the devil is like a roaring lion seeking for whom to devour. Okay, so be careful, because when you associate yourself with the Father and the people of the Father, you don't know what you're doing to your root. Your root will always go down and deeper and deeper and deeper, and you produce your fruit in all seasons. And whatever you do shall prosper. But if you think that you cannot stay on your own, then let's see. Okay? So that is how it is. So next, say the father allowed his younger son to live. Sometimes the worst thing God can do is to give us what we want, to show us that our desires can't bring satisfaction. Be careful of what you ask from God, because sometimes God will surely give you what you want. See, God loves us so much that if you keep asking him for things, then he will still give it to you, even though, see, he knows that if I give you this thing, it's going to destroy you. But because of the fact that you keep asking, I have to have it my way, I have to have it my way, then God will let you have your way. It will pain him to see you having your own way, because he knows that your own way will always lead to destruction. Because the Bible says that the heart of a man is desperate and wicked. But you need the mind of Christ inside of you to function well. That's why you need to stay connected, okay? So he said, so the prodigal son got what he wanted, but lost what he had. What does he have before? He had connection. He had access to the source. He has everything. Okay? So what God did was to let him have his own will. Now, God is so kind that I wrote here, we have two kinds of God's will, right? Two kinds of will. God's perfect will for your life and God's permitted will. Now, some of us are so into that state in life that we don't want to, we always want things. Now, give it to us now, God. Give it to us now, God. You're going out with a boyfriend and you know that this boyfriend is abusive and you know that this guy is not good for you, and then you still say, God, I just still like him. Hey, God have a perfect man for you. Just be patient. Because as God is training you, God is also training him. So that he can be a perfect prince for his princess. If not, you will go and then God will just permit it, but you will bear the consequences. So it's good for you to wait for God's perfect will for your life instead of God's permitted will. Okay? It's very, very important, because if you disturb God, God will just permit it. Okay? Since she or he says this is what they want, okay, fine. Go ahead. But know that if you go out of God's perfect will, there will always be chaos. God in his mercy can still make things a kind of work out, but you have to go through so many turbulence. Why? Because you seek your own path. You do not seek his own path. That's why you need to stay connected to the source, so that you, the source, knows the perfect thing he created. God created you. He knows what you need and not what you want. God will always give you what you need. But if you insist on what you want, he will permit it. Okay? Yeah, so let's go to next. Then number 2 is, of course, rebellion, right? Rebellion. So you could see that in the previous listing, he now gathering his things, the prodigal son. Yeah, he said, and not many days after, the younger son gathered all together, journeyed to a far country. Now you can see that he didn't leave immediately. He took his time to gather all that he could carry. No, I want to carry everything, not leaving anything behind. But the problem is that he is not a source. He is disconnecting himself from the source to go and squander things on himself and the few friends. Okay? And they wasted his possessions with prodigal living. I'm sorry. But when he had spent all, there arose a severe famine in that land, and he began to be in want. Then he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into his fields to feed swine, and he would gladly have filled his stomach with the pods. Do you know the meaning of pods? You know, in Africa, we have them a lot. We have them a lot. We'll get to that anyways. So, that the swine ate, and no one gave him anything. Okay? So gathering his things, the prodigal son leaves for a far country, a place which exists for his heart. You know, sometimes when we stay in a particular environment and we're enjoying things, we think that what other people are enjoying or what other people are doing is much more important than what we are doing. And then our eyes is so much on those other things, forgetting the fact that we are actually under a process, and you dare not skip that process to jump into other things, if not you will become a waster. So when he was staying with his father, he kept having imagination of the kind of life he wants to live. I want to party. I want to just be independent. I want to be with so many women and just enjoy myself. You know, after all, I'm an adult now. I just have to live my own life. Anyways, so his happiness is conditional upon his circumstances. He was not content with his situation. A lot of us are not content with our situation because of our neighbor. Because we keep looking on what our neighbor has and what we don't have. So it's not that we don't have enough, but we want to have enough more than our neighbor. And that is where the problem comes from. Then you become, I don't have enough. You see, I keep on having. Your neighbor just bought a new modern car, and then you are still using the one of 2014. Oh no, you see, I'm so poor now. I'm so poor. I just want to have a new one. And then you put pressure on yourself because of pride. C.S. Lewis says that, see, pride is not actually having something, but it's trying to have something more than your neighbor. Okay? So, he says that our rebellion, things we need to learn from rebellion, that is when we rebel from God. Freedom became freedom to sin. He was seeking so much for freedom that he wanted to leave his father to go and have freedom, but he rather went, and then the freedom he seeks became a sin. So he was eager to see life apart from God. A lot of us want to just, I want to be free. I want to be free like a bird. I want to see life apart from God. No, I want to taste what life is when God is not there. Okay? And he said, to say I will have no more of God is to say I will have no more of life. Because remember, death is not only your spirit leaving your body. Death is also separation from your source. He lusted for freedom without restraint and ended up enslaving himself. Sometimes you want freedom so much to the point that you end up enslaving yourself. Okay, the friends deserted him because they are only friends of his wealth. You see, when you are happy, you still don't know who your real friends are.
Right.
When you have so much, you still don't know who your real friends are. When you have everything good around you, everything going so well around you, you still don't know who your real friends are. Your real friends will show their face when there is a situation or a problem in your life. Check who stands back or who is only there because of your wealth. This guy, when he has so much, everyone was his friend. Everyone was coming to him for what they would get. But immediately, everything goes, everybody run away. That's when you know who will stand, who are your real friends when you have a little, when you're faced with problems. Who will still stand by you? That's why I'm so happy for each and every one of you that are here today. Please give yourself a round of applause. You have all proven yourself that you are not only here because of what you want to get from Pastor Radi, but what you also want to contribute to his life. These are true friends. These are true people who will stand by you when everything is not okay, but they are still there. They are still there to encourage. They are still there to say, hey, you know what? Just like those other people were there to help David fulfill David's call, God's call upon David's life, the same thing. God will always send such people in your life also as you have stand for others in Jesus' name. Okay? So we can't enjoy the things money can buy if we ignore the things money cannot buy. There are so many things that money cannot buy. Okay? So we should learn to enjoy them. He was forced to do for a stranger what he refused to do for his own father. In his father's house, he did not work. He does not do anything. How many of you will come to church and just sit down, fold your hands? All you want to do is just enjoy the seats. And you do not know, you do not care about this is my seat. Who was the person that cleaned it? No, but you're just enjoying it. Now, what he could not do for his father because he left source, he's now doing for a stranger. Cleaning, doing all kind of things just to enjoy it. Let me be running. Okay. The horse or paws in verse 16 were likely the fruit of a carob tree. I don't know what's not a carob tree.
What is it?
Oh, a carob tree is a tree that grows in a humid part of the world, mostly in some part of Africa. You find out that in Nigeria, I've seen a lot of them, that they grow by the street side, so you can actually pluck them and then eat them. When they get dry, it's like beans, in a sense that, but some kind of like beans. But when they get dry, they turn a bit red, and then you can actually they're kind of sweet when you eat them. So just search about it, you see them. So the people that eat that are only people in abject poverty. Okay, so this is a guy that was there with the sauce, enjoying everything, but yet there is a problem. Okay, so it takes us to the. Okay, so sin promises freedom. And let me just rush through. Sin promises freedom, but it only brings slavery.
Yes.
Okay? Sin also promises success, but only brings failure. Sin promises life, but the wages of sin is death. Okay? Those who reject God's rule are compelled to serve the devil.
Like when you said your previous point, like what the son refused to do for his father, he is now doing for a stranger, which reminds me of what Pastor Peter Tanchi would say before. Sin takes you someplace where you do not want to go, and it makes you do things that you don't want to do.
Exactly, just like that guy, he can't ever imagine himself taking care. You know, pigs are abomination in the time of during the Jewish time, during the time of Jesus,
even
right?
Until now.
Yeah, even up to now. Yeah. So imagine him.
Sure.
Okay, imagine him feeding pigs, then being around them, taking care of them, and then eating things that pigs eat. Okay, so. Then let's go to the third one. Let's rush it fast. Repentance. Say, we often meet our destiny on the road we take to avoid it. He actually did not understood what he was enjoying until he left. He did not understood what he was enjoying until he left. Okay. So the first step of repentance comes when people realized the foolishness of their actions. He doesn't blame his plight on his former companion. You see, there are so many people that live the life of blame. Oh, the reason why this thing happened is because of that person. The reason why this thing happened to me is because of that one. The reason why this thing happened to me is because of this other one. Hey, if you keep on living the life without sitting back and then reflect, you always think that people are your problem when your greatest problem is you. Your greatest obstacle in life is not even the devil. Your greatest obstacle in life is you. Jesus says, you deny you. Pick up your own cross and then follow me. He didn't say deny the devil, but you. Okay? So we should avoid the attitude of blame. Okay? He has reached rock bottom and his only remaining resources is repentance. When he has looked around and found out that there is no any other friend he could depend on, everyone he has been running to, the advice they gave him is foolish. Because he has been surrounding himself with foolish people. Because he left the company of the good ones. He left the company of royalty. He left the company of the resource itself. So what happened? You surround yourself with people who only advise you stupid things. So now the only person he has to run to is himself. Okay, so they say a mark of true repentance is the prodigal desire to be subjected again to authority. I used to act this drama before. Yeah, I used to be the prodigal son when I was young. I was acting this in church before. I would act as a prodigal son. Then, okay, so one thing I come to remember now is that I used to say to myself before, I will arise and go to my father and I will say, Father, I have sinned against you and I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. I used to say that to myself, but I didn't understand it until recently. Why? Because I'm just acting. This guy only came to himself when he realized it, when he has looked, when he has seek every other option. You see, when your problem arises, instead of you to run to the source, you run to people. You run to research. And the problem is that people are also research. They can't give you the perfect thing you need. That's why you need to go back to the source. You need to stay connected to the Father. You need to run to the Father who touches the heart of people for you. But when you keep on running to people, your problem keeps multiplying. Okay? So he decided to sit back and then speak to himself. So he started speaking to himself. I will arise. He started advising himself. Okay? So he became lost when he claimed his right. He is found when he surrendered them. Okay? The return to the Father was a return to wisdom. Okay, let's go. He now confesses his sin, offering no excuses. Conviction can lead to despair. It can also lead to repentance and restoration.
Amen.
Okay, so let's go to the fourth one, reconciliation. So he was dying of physical hunger and was hungry and thirsty for righteousness. Even considered becoming a servant. That is what, see, it changes your mentality. When you have spent time away from God, it starts changing the way you think. This is a son not thinking like a servant. He says, I will arise and go to my father. I will say, I want to be like, what he does not know is that he is still a son. Okay? Because I said many thoughts running through his mind. What kind of reception will he receive? Will I receive? Will he be cast out, abandoned by the father he rejected? Remember, he rejected that authority and said, I don't want anymore. Okay? So it should be called the parable of the compassionate father. That's what I say here. So we call the parable of the compassionate father because immediately when, you see, true repentance comes when you choose to go back to the source. He decided, I will arise and go to my father and I will say, Father, I have sinned against you. But do you know one funny thing? The father didn't go chasing after him because he chose to leave. But the father was waiting for him to come back. So immediately the father saw him ahead. What did the father do? He ran. Wow. The father ran to him, embraced him. The father had been waiting for him to come back. Because the father knows that what he took, thinking that, oh, I want to claim my own way, will not last him long. Okay? The father runs to meet his son halfway and lovingly embraces him. This is the picture of grace. Now, this is grace. Okay? So, he was prepared to give his prepared speech. He admitted he has sinned against heaven, too ashamed to even speak the name of God. He was even too ashamed. Okay? He has prepared all his speech that he's going to give to his father, trying to convince. But I want you to see the reaction of his father. Okay? So, the father ignored him, all his sermon and all the things he tried to say, and the father said, this guy is not thinking like a servant. I don't need to answer him. Servants, go, bring the best robe. The best robe is to cover the poverty and shame that he has gone out there through. Okay? And robe also means royalty. That means even though he's out, he's still a royal person. Okay? He's still royalty, okay? So it also represents royalty. And then the father says, go, the ring. Put a ring on his hands. The ring is a seal and symbol of his identity as a member of his household. The ring was taken off when he left because he chose to leave. I don't want to go deeper, but if you go deeper, you understand that during the time of Abraham to the time of Jesus, they gave them ring. If you're born into a particular household, a ring is made for you. So as you grow older, they continually making a new one in order for it to really fit your hand. And then that ring represents three things. The ring represents authority. I'm just rushing now. The ring represents authority, the ring represents access, and the ring also represents name. So that means you have authority to represent your family everywhere you go. Second, you have access to the family's wealth. That means you can access it at any time when you have that ring. That ring, you can use it to purchase anything outside. All the new, there is an insignia of the family in front, and of the family insignia in front that you can press it, and then anything you acquire will be put into the family's account. You can get anything you want. And the ring also represents name. So that means you bear the name of your family, okay? And then say, put a shoe on his leg. The shoe are not worn by servant. You need to understand, shoes are not worn by servant. Okay? Shoes are only worn by priests. Back then, put on that. That is those who are of royalty. Okay? So, the last one, reconciliation, I'm just going to roll now. Sometimes we think we need to clean ourselves up before we come to God. But all we need to do is to come home. The Father will give his best even though we are filthy. We think that we need to impress God. Oh, I'm trying to clean myself. No, come to God. God will clean you. God will transform you. He will see. He's ready and waiting for you. He always has everything. Okay? So if you're afraid to come to God, if you're ashamed of your past, if all you have to offer is your guilt, then remember the loving Father of the Prodigal Son. For those of us who are here today and you think that you've done so many things that you're ashamed of, that sometimes I was telling someone at home, I say, see, when you find yourself in sin, it's the time to run to God, not run away from him. The more you run away from God, the more happy the Satan is. So the more you find yourself drifting away, or you have done some terrible things, come back to God. Don't run away. Go, seek for him. Ask for forgiveness. He will welcome you again. He will clean you. Okay? So the older brother broke both of the two greatest commandments. That is in Luke 10:27. Says you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul, everything that is in you, right? And then you shall love your neighbor as yourself. So he answered and said, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself. But the elder brother have an attitude. The word older also means someone who have been in the faith for long. You feel, this person just came in, they just went and they did all manner of things, and now they are coming back, and you start looking at them with eyes of, they are not even up to my level, they are not even up to my standard. Look at why will the father even give them attention? They have done all kind of things, and now slept with this, do that, and now they are back, and then they are giving them a special treatment. That is the kind of heart that the guy who stayed at home had. Okay, let's continue this here. So in verse 2, they condemn Jesus for welcoming sinners and eating with them. The parable is intended to instill compassion for the lost. Okay, continue. So the older brother was outwardly at home with the father, but inwardly he too was far away, because he did not see what his father is seeing. Okay, continue. He was home, yet not at home, because he was angry that the father have to kill the fatted cow. The fatted calf means there is in the Hebrew culture there is a certain kind of calf, kind of animal like goats and sheep. They separate them, so they treat them specially for special visitors. Like if royalty come to your house, you tell them go and bring the fatted calf. So that means that those ones are the ones that they feed specially, they take care of specially for important guests. And then they did that to him. So I say the parable is about two prodigal sons. Okay, both of them were slaves. Okay, the younger by economic plight, the older by perception. Okay, so I want you to. I have to stop now. Okay, let's stop this one. Okay, I want you to understand that no matter where you are in life, you should have the attitude of appreciation. Learn to understand the mind of God. Learn to understand. Learn to have compassion also for sinners. Okay. Learn to have compassion for sinners. But the most important thing is that never ever stay connected from the source, which is your Father. Never stay connected. Never stay disconnected from the source. Okay? Stay connected with the people of God. Okay? Stay connected. I'm telling you, even the Lord Himself is happy to see you here today. That you could keep every other thing that you're doing just to come and spend time in His presence. Just to come and spend time with your fellow brothers and sisters. The heaven is happy for that you will sacrifice such things. Okay? Thank you so much, and I really appreciate you all. Now, I hope you guys are today. Thank you so much.
Let's keep on clapping.
So, were you blessed?
Yes.